Hello guys, join me as I take you through the class on how to make this beautiful beret. So first things first, this is my paper. I measured 12 inches by 12 inches, okay? 12 inches by 12 inches across, okay? Make sure you trim it and align the edges. Make sure the edges are straight. Okay, so that's what I'm just doing right here, making sure my edges are straight. Now after doing that, fold it into two this way, okay? Fold into two this way and fold into two again this way. Just follow through the process how I did it. The video is very clear enough, okay? Fold into two again. Now I want to trim the edge, okay? So I'm going to be using 6 inches because it's already 6 inches there after folding. So I'm going to be marking that 6 inches all across, okay, and then connect it and cut it out. So guys, please always stay tuned to my channel. I'll be posting lovely videos you can learn from every now and then. Also, please subscribe to my channel, click the like button. Thank you. So after cutting, this is what you're going to get, okay? You're going to get a circle shape like this, okay? This is what you get, a perfect circle shape like this, okay? Now I'm going to be cutting that on a wadding. This is a soft wadding, the very soft one, like very soft one, okay? That's what I'm using. So I went ahead to cut that shape on the wadding this way, okay? Soft wadding. And I also went ahead to cut another of the wadding again. But if you notice, you see that this one has a cut at the upper part. I'll show you how I did that. So I folded the circle into two again, like we did, and then I'll go ahead and mark the circumference of 3 inches at the top. 3 inches. I'm using 3 inches because I'm working with a head circumference of 22 inches, okay? So if you're working with a head circumference that is wider, you might want to make yours wider, okay? So because I'm working with 22 inches head circumference, that is why I'm using that. So after cutting, this is what you're going to get. So guys, the regular head circumference is 22 inches, okay? Some people are 23, some people are 24, okay? For a beret, that's the regular head circumference. So this is the fabric and lining I'm working with. They are both stretchy, okay? They are both stretchy fabrics. So I went ahead and used that wording to cut the fabric and to cut the lining as well. All right, for the full one, and then for the other one as well, I did the same thing. I went ahead to cut the lining and the wording. Now the wording has, you know, if you usually work with wording, you know that it has gum on it. So I went ahead to gum it on the fabric, only the fabric, okay? I gummed on the fabric. Now after gumming, I'm going to place it this way. You can see what it looks like. I'll place the smaller one on the bigger one this way, and then I'll pin it all around. After pinning it all around, I'm going to sew it. Like I was saying, the regular head circumference is 22 inches, so the measurement I use there is a standard measurement. If you want your beret smaller size, this is the normal bigger size beret. If you want just a smaller size, you might want to do a smaller one, okay? So after pinning around, I'll go ahead and sew that, and I'm still repeating the same process with the lining. I'll put it together this way as well, and then I'll go ahead and sew it round, pin it, and of course sew it all the way round, okay? Now yeah, sew it all the way around. Now after doing that, this is what I got, okay? After doing that, this is what I got. So for the lining, I went ahead and trimmed it very close. I trimmed the allowance very close. I decided to leave the main fabric because, you know, the white background is there, so you can see clearly. The lining is black, so you can't see. So I'm trimming it very close. Now after trimming it very close like this, okay, I'm not going to be trimming all in the video. I'll do that off camera. I just want to show you, okay? After trimming it, I'll be notching it, notch very close. Please don't cut your thread. Notch close, but don't cut your thread. The reason for this is so that when you flip it, it can relax well, okay? So you notch close, but not don't cut the thread. I'll do that off camera. So I've finished doing it, and the next thing is to flip it. So I'm flipping it right here, okay? So after flipping it, this is what you get. After flipping, you might want to use your hand to push out the edges inside, but I will just use the inside of my scissors to push it out so it can give a fine round shape. Okay, so after doing that, now if you want a smooth a very smooth beret, you might want to iron, but for this I love that wrinkling, little wrinkling at the part where I joined, so I'll leave it this way. Okay, so now with what I have here, the next thing is to put the, okay, now the beret will have you know, those beret that used to have that thing at the end. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that. This beret is not supposed to have it, but I'm going to be doing it anyway for the purpose of the video. So I cut a fabric 1 inch wide and 3 inches in length. Okay, and then I went ahead to sew it. I just sew 1.5, okay, and then 1/2 inch wide. Why I cut it longer initially was so that it will be easier for me to sew. Okay, so after sewing it, I'm cutting out that 1.5 inch wide, like 1.5 inch wide by 1/2 inch. Okay, okay, now I'm going to be turning it out. I'll flip it out with my scissors, or if you have anything else you want to use to flip it, you can flip it. So after flipping it, this is what I got. Okay, you can see how tiny it is. This is what I got. Now I have fiber. If you don't have fiber, you can use fabric. Okay, you can use pieces of fabric to stuff inside, but I have fiber, so I'm going to be using fiber to stuff inside of that little thing. Now this might be a little stressful, but you can do it. Okay, just take your time to stuff inside. Okay, so I'll be using my scissors to stuff it inside. Okay, to stuff the fiber inside the the thing I sew. Okay, so stuff it inside like this so that it will have stability. That's why we are putting fiber in it. Okay, just this way. So push it inside like this so that when you put it, it will stay. Okay, it will stand like that. So I'll be adding more fiber to it because the one I added was not enough. Okay, so just add enough fiber to it, and then so you have that stability. Okay, so this is what you're going to get. This is what it's going to look like after you're done. Now the next thing is to tack with your scissors, sorry, with your needle. Okay, you tack with your needle. Now push the end. Look at what I'm doing, very close. Use the scissors to push in the end of the fabric like this, push it in like this, then you use your needle to tack. Okay, tack it close. The reason is so that the raw edges will not show. The raw edges of that fabric will not show. You know, some fabric can lose. Okay, so some fabric can fray. That's the right word, fray. So push the end inside, then use your hand needle to tack it this way, to close it up this way. Okay, now after tacking it, we're going to get the center of the beret. So fold into two this way and fold into two again this way, and then you're going to use spin to puncture that center. Okay, so I use spin to puncture the center, the edge there. Okay, when you puncture the center there, you see that the pin is indicating where the center is, so that's where I'm going to be tacking that stuff too. Okay, so take your time to tack it so it will be stable and it will stand. So that's what I'm basically going to be doing here. Please don't forget to like my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please, if you make yours, don't forget to share in the comment section how it came out. Okay, of course it's going to be great because mine came out very lovely. This is actually for a client of mine that I made this for. Okay, so you can also make yours, and you know, people make money from this. You can even make for more people and you're making money from it. It's very easy to do, very easy to do. So I'm basically tacking it this way. So after tacking it, this is what it's going to look like. You know, you tack it very strong. Okay, please take your time to tack so that it will stand very well. So after tacking, this is what it looks like. You can see it's stable. Now I'm going to just knot the thread at the back. Okay, I'll just tie it. Make sure you tie it very strong so it doesn't lose at the end. Okay, so after tying it twice, I'll just go ahead and cut off the thread from it. Now that's what I have. So the next step now is to put my lining inside the main fabric. Okay, now this is main fabric, this is my lining. Take note that I did not flip it. I'm pushing the side that has that joining allowance inside, okay, because we're trying to conceal all raw edges. So push it inside this way. The side that has joining should be facing the side that has joining of the main fabric. So push it inside this way, and then make sure you align it very, very well, and then take your time to pin, okay. Align it very well and pin it all the way round. Take your time to pin it all the way around. Align it well and pin it all the way round, just like I'm doing right here. So after pinning, this is what it looks like. You can see that the raw edges is concealed, so I'll go ahead and sew this. After sewing it, I'll take out the pins, okay, and then we're going to pipe the edge, the raw edge we have here, so that we'll have a clean edge. So after sewing it, this is what I have. So I'm going to measure the circumference I have there. So I use the pin to indicate at a particular place, so that I'll measure from one end to the other end of the pin, and then I'll get the measurement I have there, so I can cut the fabric for the piping. So I have about 21 and a half. I told you I'm working with a hair circumference of 22 inches, so 21 and a half is perfect. So that 21 and a half, I'm going to be cutting out a fabric, a long straight fabric. Remember, this fabric is stretching, a straight long fabric for the biasing, okay. So I cut a fabric that is 3 inches wide, okay, and 22 inches in length, okay. The half inch is so that I can join it, because I'm going to be joining it. Remember, what you're working with is like a circle, okay. So put it together like this and sew this end. After sewing it, take it to the beret, okay, and pin it this way all the way around, okay. Then you can now pipe it. So I went ahead to do it. I joined it right here. This is the joining, and I went ahead to pin it all the way and sew it, okay. So after sewing it, the next thing now is to do the proper piping. So take note of what I'll do. I'll fold first time, fold second time again, and then fold the last one, okay. Now this thing I'm doing right here, you have to take your time to do it and then pin it, okay. So as you're folding it, make sure that the sewing that you did at this edge is not showing, okay. Just make sure it's not showing, make sure it's covering it, okay. So go ahead and pin, and then do the same thing I'm showing you clearly now. Fold first time, take note, fold second time again, then fold the last one again, and then go ahead and pin it up like this, in this manner. So after doing this, you do it all the way around, and then go ahead and sew it all the way around, and I'll show you what it looks like. So after sewing it, this is what I have. Very neat, a very neat and clean beret. So you can go ahead and do yours. If you love this video, if you stay to this point, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video, like it, click the subscription button, share with your friends, click the like button, and click the notification bell, so that anytime I post, you're going to get notified, okay. So this is what the beret looks like. Yeah, you can do yours and you can make money from it. See you next time. Bye. And oh, just to show you, this is the beret of my client, and of course I made the two pieces wearing the black and the animal skin leggings too. See you next time. Bye. Isn't she looking beautiful? Bye.